I want to see my mama. I want to see mommy. Oh my God. Do you understand me? So trust me. If it was the case whereby the mom didn't know nothing about it and she didn't know who to run to at that point in time, she's in deep shit because she could be in a country whereby she has nobody to reach, nobody knows who she's with, and she's just stranded by herself. But in the case whereby she knows that my family knows this guy, my family knows the family, so if I'm in deep shit, they know who to run to. So
it's more like from a place of security.
It's just security, actually.
So aside security, would you want to still be married? If you can sort that out, yes.
If you take out security,
yeah.
Obviously you want to be married, because there's no way I will want to be married to the person I know nothing about. I definitely want to know everything about you. I want to know where you're from. I want to know your family history. I want to know a whole lot of things about you before I'll say, okay, fam, I'm relaxed to know I'm comfortable with that person to live.
I want to cut you short.
Okay?
Now, growing up, society has given us this ideology that we all have to get married. Now, that's why this topic is very sensitive.
Okay.
And we get married because of this is what we've known all our life, that we saw our parents, we have to be like them, we have to get married, we have to have children. What if we're not all destined to be married?
So let me tell you
that ideology there.
People get married for the wrong reasons.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying being married is a necessity. Okay? You can actually, obviously, I'm not married, so being married,
well, still single.
Yeah. So I'm not saying being married is a necessity. Okay? But if you want to go into commitment is a huge task that a whole lot of people run away from. Imagine me saying I'm married to this person and the whole world knows I'm married to this person. I have to be faithful. Some people actually don't know how to be faithful to somebody. They just know that they want to make people happy.
Faithful.
Do you understand? Marriage is not about. I'm not saying marriage is not about you being faithful. Obviously, marriage is about you being faithful to your partner. You guys building a relationship and getting to whatever goal you want to get to. Right?
Well, yeah, that's true.
Exactly. But the truth is that if you're married, okay, it's a big task. One, you have to, obviously, you might reach an agreement to want to raise kids, right?
Yeah.
So raising kids is a big deal. It's not child's play. So commitment is to put in place. You have to be committed to know that, okay, if I have a newborn, I have to be committed to this child to make sure I don't fail him.
Yeah.
He has to grow to be what he wants to be. I have to be able to be responsible to this person. So what people run away from is to be responsible for something. People don't have to tie themselves to something. To know I have to provide for this person every day. Do you understand? This person has to be comfortable every day, and
it's all on you.
It's all on you. Sorry, you get me? Yeah. So a whole lot of people don't know how to go through all of that stress. So they'll be like, come on, I can be single. Don't worry, you can be my baby mama. Don't worry, I'm gonna take care of it. But you know, I don't have to be in your life 24/7. That's what people run away from, actually. But for me, it's too much commitment.
But Flames, you actually asked, and I wanted you to answer that question you asked.
Yeah,
so you said, are we getting married because it is the norm or because you really want to get married? But how do you tell if it's because you really want to get married or if it's because of it's the norm? Because you know there's a thin line between knowing that I actually want this for me and knowing that society wants this for me. I mean, it's a win-win for both parties. But how do you really know if it's you who wants it and not the norm? Because I mean, our parents are married, so we also
have to get married.
Yeah.
Well, I talked about this last week, and I said that marriage was already ordained by God.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now you're going to the spiritual part.
Okay. Yes, we're going to go to
Yeah.
I think in the spiritual governs the physical.
True.
So at some point we need to go spiritual because God had already, before we were here, there was Adam and there was Eve.
So this is a general topic.
The moment God took the rib out of Adam to create Eve, I think that was right.
So for those that don't believe in the spiritual, how do you?
I mean, for those who are like, some don't believe in Adam and Eve.
Exactly.
Yes. There are a lot of people that don't believe in all that. I tell you, but I believe it is also expedient that every human should have a partner. Basically, now, one of you mentioned that a marriage partnership doesn't necessarily mean that you must go to the church, go to the court, or do the traditional way. You can still be with someone and then you're not a trap and you're still with them and they're your
Yeah.
partner. But I believe marriage, it's the necessity comes in when the need to be with someone and be committed to the person, and then the need to also raise up children to impact to the society. You're bringing up children, you are responsible for them. One of them might become a president tomorrow, one of them might become.
So what of those that don't even want to have children? Because there's some partners that don't even want to have kids. They just want to be lovers. They want to enjoy their time in this life and not even have kids.
And
They don't have. They're not worried about if they have kids or not. They just want to be happy. Man and woman being happy in a relationship.
I've read about that story before. When someone said I'm living with someone and he's not my husband,
Okay.
and I have children for him.
Yeah, I mean that's another
I saw
whole.
that story, but it made sense. As I did it, when I was reading it, it made sense. Like, you live with someone, I'm not married to him, he's not my husband, but
We have
he's the father
kids
of my- we
together.
have kids together.
You see what I know?
Okay, how
I've been living for years.
What do you think about that?
Now that's where he brought me to this topic. Like, if someone is living like that and they're happy, so they're married now, does that mean that marriage is now overrated?
No. You see
Is
what
anything-
I know for sure is
Yeah.
that nobody. I'm quoting this right now, okay?
Amara Chieze is quoting this.
Nobody wants to be in their 50s and 60s and be single.
I'm missing.
Without having,
being alone.
Yeah, being alone, trust me.
Yeah.
And being
Think
alone
about it.
and not having someone to look up to and be like, oh my goodness, I'm happy I went on this journey with
Yes,
you.
with you.
Do you understand? I'm happy I had to create
Now
this beautiful
we are
one
going
with
to
you.
debate a bit.
Do you understand?
I think 2 weeks back, Shaman, Davido sang
Yeah.
was trending. Now, a lot of people were like, Shaman cashed out, blah blah blah.
How do you mean
And
cash out?
Shaman, and you know the thing is, Shaman was there probably. A lot of people were there probably expecting them to get married. That was the end result.
I didn't married yet.
Oh, you know, you are not married. There was no bride price paid on our
You know
head.
what I have to say about Shaman Davido?
Yeah.
Okay. One, for Davido, he has obviously has other baby mamas. But what I believe for sure is that Davido himself, for each relationship he had with every baby mama, he has different kind of experience with them. The kind of
How would you know?
vibe, well, from
What you read?
from what I read actually. Well, I'm not a professional psychologist, but I have this I read psychology actually, so I could tell from people's let's say action and comments, okay, over things. So if Davido has actually he had other baby mamas, fine, I don't have any problem with that. But I believe that for Chioma, he has a kind of a relationship. There was a kind of connection they had together. Okay, even if they're not married, doesn't mean they don't understand each other to a certain extent.
In what sense?
How to say that?
Transactional based on the fact that he knew that whole scenario.
I don't think so.
Business.
Why
I don't
would
think
you
so.
that?
Chioma and Davido's topic as at then was the big thing. Davido was trending day out, Chioma was trending day out. Then the assurance, the song that was
And the car he
released,
bought that we never saw.
and the car he bought
You see, there's
was
something-
he kept there's
Okay. There's
as an
some-
artist,
okay.
you thrive on publicity, whatever kind of publicity, whatever kind of news that's on people's lips, it is good for you.
So
To
long
send
as they're
no
talking
publicity
about you, it's
is
a
bad
bad publicity.
publicity.
No.
So maybe it was transactional because they don't knew what he stood to gain from the whole
What about
ideology.
Chioma? What do you think? Did you
I
think
don't- I
that she
wouldn't- I
also
wouldn't-
knew what she's going to gain from it? Because if you say it's transactional, that means both parties are either benefiting or just one person is benefiting from it. So
Now,
do you
as
think
it-
she's
as it
also
sit-
benefiting
as it
from this?
stands, the whole news is going public because I think Chioma is not okay with it.
What does she want?
Probably she was expecting marriage.
Why did she
Trust
get the
me.
marriage first then?
It's a man that's going to be married, no married
See,
man.
trust me.
So
Number one
probably
thing.
she was expecting Davido to make that move, but it never happened.
Up
Trust me.
until now.
Number one thing. You know what I? Number one thing. I love Chioma. See, I love her with the depth of my heart. Why? Because she, regardless of whatever the world is saying. Secondly, if Davido decides to get married to her or not get married to her, do you know Davido might get married to someone else tomorrow, but there's a certain kind of relationship and love and connection he has with Chioma that he can never share with any other person. It is golden. So when it comes to cases like this, I don't dabble in between to know if marriage is not the icing on the cake. Actually, 20 years from now, they could actually be together. He could get married tomorrow, and then tomorrow, maybe next tomorrow, he ends his relationship with whoever he's married to, and let's say 20 years time, he's like, God, this is the girl I was meant to be with. That is what we call real connection. Do you get? So you can get that, you can get married actually and not have that connection, but trust me for sure, I believe Davido has a special thing for Chioma, marriage or not. Do you get me?
Okay. So the reason why I brought up the Davido topic is that because of the way it ended, a lot of people were like, so after all that, marriage did not happen.
So that is did they break up?
It's as it is now, they are not together.
Oh, they are not together.
Yes.
But how are we sure it's not another PR stunt? Because I mean, assurance has been. It's like Shaman came in.
Thank you.
It's like when Shaman came into Davido's life. Aye was first the only. Aye was trending. Aye, and then assurance happened. And it was.
It could still be publicity.
And I also know that for a famous man, sometimes it's very important to have a woman next to you. You know how they say, behind every successful man, there's a woman. But now it's not behind again; it's beside.